As Winston Churchill so succinctly put it, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
Thank you.
That pretty well sums up what volunteering at your local hospital can mean for you. We visited the Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney, where the Pink Ladies and other volunteers give their time and good humour every day to ease the discomfort of patients and raise money for additional hospital equipment. Each volunteer spends about half a day a week at the hospital, so it's no great demand on the time, but their effect is immense.
We have a very comprehensive trolley, as you can see, and as Di said, we cover all toiletries, snacks, anything people might come without. I mean, even down to batteries and earphones.
Very,
and things like
very
that.
useful, very useful, yeah. You're thinking about the details of daily life.
Okay.
Hi, shopping trolley. Would you like anything? Toiletries, snacks, drinks?
Do you have anything for really dry skin?
We do. We've got Sorbeline, we've got Vaseline, we've got an oil of Ulay.
Oh, do you want a choice? Okay.
Yes. I come in once a fortnight usually and go around the wards with the trolley. We sell toiletries, chocolate, snacks, chips, drinks, and we go to every patient. So we try and access every patient and just see if there's anything that they need to buy.
Okay, and if they don't need to buy anything, they're still happy to talk.
Yes, they usually, so many times they will say things like, "You're doing a great job, thank you," or a lot of patients when they buy something will say, "Keep the change, it's going to a good cause." So it's a nice thing to do, it's a feel-good thing to do.
Hi Sean, judging by your label, you must be a volunteer here. What's your role as a volunteer at the hospital?
So I'm part of what is called the meet and greet team. So our role is to be the first contact with visitors to the hospital, and we work out where it is they want to go, and we direct them to where they want to go, and we assist them with finding perhaps just exactly the right spot. Excellent. Or indeed, if they're visitors, to find the patient that they're looking to see.
Right. In your time working here, have you found it to be a sort of, really meaningful part of your life?
Yes, I have. I found it very rewarding. I enjoy everybody's company. The camaraderie in this hospital is fantastic.
Yeah, good.
And I feel that I'm giving back to society. I've had a very, very lovely life, and it's about time I did something.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good attitude.
And everybody's so friendly.
I noticed you've got an interesting stall here.
All of our goods are donated from the general public, staff, and volunteers to a big extent as well.
Denise, how long have you been volunteering?
20 years.
20 years,
Yes.
Okay. So you obviously get something out of it.
Definitely, and I started volunteering when my husband was hospitalised with a stroke, and he is still, after 20 years, being looked after here. Okay. So, I happily work in the shop, the volunteer shop, and we also do these bric-a-brac stalls once a month.
And all the profits go to the hospital. And we normally donate around about 150,000, 140,000 a year to the hospital.
Wow, that's substantial.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Yeah. The main profit, the main money comes from the shop.
My big thing is to run the cake stalls, and we make about 20,000 profit a year on just the cake stalls.
Yes, I noticed they were going quite quickly.
When in my 30s I had cancer, and I'd probably be dead today if it wasn't for here. And so I'm just giving back to the community, but I like to give back to the community. I just don't think people do it enough.
You have no problems about having a purpose in life and in the latter stages of your lives?
No. Well, that's what happened. I mean, similar to Pam. I mean, I stopped working. I thought, what do I do now? So I rang up the hospital and started working as a volunteer. So,
Excellent. Very good. June, how long have you been volunteering for the Pink Ladies?
Pink Ladies, 38 years.
38 years? That is a long time. What keeps you coming back?
I love people, and I like the cross-section of people in a public hospital.
Yeah.
And so that's why.
How do you know if the patients really appreciate what you're doing?
They let you know. You've only got to smile at somebody who's feeling it down, and you can do a lot.
That's right.
Without even talking, just your presence and the way you present yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd recommend this for other retirees?
Oh yes, yes. Well, it's something to get out of bed for in the mornings. Yes,
Right.
yes. When patients say, "Oh, you're so good to do this," well, it's good for us as well. Yes, yes, yes.
That was a very instructive little tour of the hospital with the volunteers there. I think what struck me is a couple of things. Is the impetus for doing this volunteering at a hospital is always some connection with the hospital early on in the piece, and they are really happy to give back to the hospital that's done so well by them. And also, a hospital is about dealing with sickness and illness, but what these pink ladies and the other volunteers, what they offer is they contribute to the holistic approach to patient care. In other words, they're being human, they're being friendly, and the patients really appreciate that. So, you can't do better. If you're wondering how to give back to your local society, your local hospital, why not give it a go?
Mm-hmm.